course, yeah. But yeah, busy week, but we can kick it off with some tech. Not too much, but one thing I wanted to talk about is because we'll get our hands on this, is the Oculus Rift.
3D thingy.
The 3D Oculus Rift VR. So basically there's three guys in this kind of battle of VR, and there's PlayStation VR.
Actual guys, they're just outside.
Actual guys. They're named. They're named Oculus and PlayStation. And
they just got hired.
That'd be funny just to kind of have three of them just fight it out.
Whoever wins gets to be the great VR ruler.
But yeah, there's three of them. So there's PlayStation VR, which is like super popular, and everyone, there's so many people, like there's near 60 million people that have a PlayStation. So
they say.
Getting the they've lied with those
lied
figures
before.
It's just the people at Sony. And
they're all fake. It's all NSA. That's who's in Sony. They hacked them.
So PlayStation, and then you've got Vive, which is from Steam. So Steam is basically Steam is a lot like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. So it's like a little hub for PC games where you can connect to and download all your games. So
it's like Netflix for games.
Basically, yeah. Well, instead of streaming, you're just downloading them to your computer. So you got that, but they've got their own headset called the Vive, which is like super popular, really good. They teamed up with HTC to make that headset.
Right.
So that headset's been out like the same time as the other guys. And then you've got Oculus Rift. Oculus Rift, it has like a huge name behind it because Facebook bought them. So Facebook own Oculus Rift.
That was like $1 billion they paid for it.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. But like they've been in the news recently with like they've been sued. People saying that they've taken technology here and there. And they actually, I don't know all the details, but they the people that were suing them won, and they like got about, I don't know, it was a crazy number.
At least $50.
It was like 500. Is it billion or million? Like, it was a lot.
It's a lot when you can't tell the difference if it's a million.
But the funny thing is, for Facebook, it was nothing. It was just like a day. They found it down the back of the sofa,
Like, we got sued again? Yeah, sure, whatever. We have a fund for that. It's easy.
But the reason why I'm mentioning it is we've got our hands on one, so we'll be able to try some out.
Physically, right now, we have our hands on one.
We're just like literally
we fought that guy
for
it, and he's dead.
He is
so
dead.
It's now ours.
His name's PlayStation.
Yeah.
No.
It's like Highlander. You kill him, and then you get his power.
In the face. Oh, that'll be hilarious. It's like Heroes as well, wasn't it? Was that guy from Heroes? Sylar? Was it Sylar?
Spock.
No. Well, Spock was the actor.
Yes.
But yeah.
Sylar.
Skylar. Sylar. And
wasn't
he could
Skylar.
take powers, and he can just... When he killed someone, he took the power. I think it was Sylar.
You eat their brain or something?
Someone can correct us in the comments and say, like...
someone's going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. That was season 2, they corrected that.
We have our hands on one, so we're going to be able to play some Oculus games with the Oculus Touch, and we're going to get it like all set up.
Weird.
With the touch.
With the touch.
I've got the controllers.
Yeah, it's just controllers.
Touching
Oculus Touch sounds like you're going to do something slightly illegal.
Well, I mean, sometimes you could.
Once that headset's on, anything
goes. But there's some crazy demos. It leads on to the next thing I was going to say with Oculus is I've noticed a trend happening with films. So when a film comes out, usually if it's a big popular film, an Oculus or a VR experience comes out with it. So some examples are The Martian. So when The Martian came out, there's a Martian VR experience you can download.
Right.
And you are aboard the station, and I think you crash land, and you're basically on Mars, and you get to feel what he's like, just down on this like
feel
alien,
Matt Damon. We're back to that
planet.
Oculus
Well,
Touch thing.
That's the lawsuit, right? What other ones? There's Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible had one, but it was more of a stunt. But when he was hanging onto the side of the plane in the last Mission Impossible, and then the plane was taking off and he was hanging on. You could do that in Oculus Rift. You had the headset on, and it would actually blow a fan at you as well. So you felt like you were doing that. So that was more of a stunt. Whereas the Martian one you could download yourself. So we can even try the Martian one ourselves.
Okay.
And then there's a new one, John Wick. So John Wick's coming out.
Oh God, what happens there? This is going to end terribly.
Well, I think it's like target practice, and you've got to hit them all in the head because he hits them all in the head in the film.
Yep.
So they all come round, and it's all about your accuracy. So like I said, you've got the touch controllers. So I could just go and fire like crazy. But if I'm not hitting them in the head, and you've got more points.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. But they are linking it in with the films. But there seems to be a lot. And I could be wrong, but I think there is one for the new Alien as well.
Oh, right. For Covenant.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's I think it's just like a mini experience. Whereas I know we'll hit later on about, I guess we could talk about it now, but...
we don't have any plans for this crap. Yeah.
There is no organization.
There's nothing happening here that's in any way.
We're just rolling. We're rolling. But yeah, the plan is now that we got... this Oculus, we want to...
I'm looking forward to this.
We're going to be watching Prometheus before Covenant, And then we're also going to bundle
I'm going to jump in. I'm going to tangent there. We're going to do another commentary tomorrow. So it'll be out next week for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So there. Now you can go back to your tangent.
Oh, sure.
See, we don't need a plan. We just go where we want.
Oh, yeah. You're really going off on one.
No, it's just because we only just released the Wolverine, and everyone seemed to like that. So we just thought, well, we'll bring out another one for Doctor Strange because that's just out on DVD.
Yeah, yeah. And like we have things to say about that film. Yeah. You know, we liked it.
I don't know. But we might... It's May is when Alien is out.
I believe so, yeah.
So we'll probably wait until end of April, and we'll release Prometheus.
Yeah, so it'll be like a nice little triple Prometheus Covenant review, and so what we're planning on doing is strapping this Oculus to our heads.
Yep.
And we're going to play Alien Isolation, the game.
You're not allowed out. It's strapped to your head.
We will be filming.
The doors are locked.
We're going to be filming it. You're going to be able to see Rant and myself, and we're going to be freaking out big time.
Oh yeah.
And maybe for extra laughs, I might strap it to my wife's head as well and get some stuff going. I might do I keep wanting to say infrared camera, but I don't. I mean green. What's the night? Just
night
the
vision.
Night vision. Yeah. So that's my English gone again.
Infrared is the predator.
I know.
That's what you want.
That would be incredible as well. And there is another one of those coming out, and I'm sure they'll
definitely have one for that.
But it is a trend I'm seeing they're doing that.
That would be awesome. You put on the Oculus and it infrareds everything around you.
Yeah. You'd be
that would be great.
Hell yeah, I'll give this a go.
Yeah.
I've been kind of reading up on Oculus a lot, so I'm getting it set up in my basement. But I found this kind of funny today because I was like, the only downside to it, because I'm OCD with cables, I want it to be all neat. My living room's nice and neat. You don't see cables, but for this, the headset has a cable attached to it, and there's no way of getting around it. It's attached to the back of the headset. And if you're in Alien and you're freaking out, you might tangle yourself up, kind of thing. It doesn't happen. That's really going to help with matters, isn't it? But
it's coming. It's coming. It's coming on.
I'm gonna go and get a drink. I'll come back and you've just hung yourself.
Yeah. Well, he went out the way he always wanted, playing Alien games.
But my
you just need a staple gun, put it right down your back.
Man, I was looking up how, ways of kind of keeping the cord away, and some people are using little clips just to clip it to your belt, and then so it's it's kind of. But the one that I liked and everyone's really kind of swearing by is that, and it works in my room as well. What it will do is you put the cable up along the roof, and then you just dangle it down.
Right.
So it means that it's dangling down, and you can never wrap.
I'm definitely going to strangle myself if it's hanging from the roof.
But the thing is, I've got little floor ceiling tiles, so I could just hide the cable in there, and then you could just have a cable dangling down with the headset. When you come round in the next couple of weeks, it's just going to look like you're plugging into the Matrix or something, and it's going to be this headset waiting for you.
It's going to be like Cerebro with Professor X. You just go in, the whole room is being painted white.
That's another experience. That's another experience. It'd be awesome. Can you imagine plugging into that, and you're in... maybe you have to get into a chair, to sit into it, and then suddenly you plug in, you're in your wheelchair, and you're looking at all the mutants. And
that'll be the next stage.
That's basically Google Maps. You can go around Google Maps, go down. But
that'll be the future Oculus, where it's like a full body suit.
Yeah.
And then it'll shut down your legs, so you can't move your legs, and you have to actually roll around like Professor X.
That would be incredible.
Because they have that with the... Is it a sensor pad on your chest or something? And if you get a hit in the game, it'll vibrate.
Yeah, there is little backpacks you can wear and stuff that will do that as well. Yeah.
But the next generation will just be a full if you get shot in the arm, it'll just shut down your arm and you can't move it and stuff like that.
There's 360 treadmills out there just for VR. So say if you're playing Call of Duty, and you want to run somewhere, you can just run on this 360 kind of bull treadmill.
Yeah.
They're still expensive, but yeah.
Well, I remember the very first VR ones that came out. They were a ring. You'd step into it, and then you'd close it behind you, and then you'd stand there and you'd put the helmet on. It was a huge, big, clunky helmet.
Yeah, totally.
But the ring was there so that you couldn't walk around the room.
That's right.
You would just
it's very similar to that. Yeah. It's funny actually.
But now people can just run straight into their walls.
Well, yeah. So I was reading up on it, and I was like, so how do I set this up? And you have to paint yourself an area. So this is pretty smart. I quite like this. So you paint yourself an area. You say this is my room.
Yeah.
And this is where the walls are and stuff. This is where all the walls. This is where I'll be jumping and walking and stuff.
Right.
And then what happens in the game? And every game does it slightly different, but most games they give you a very faint line of where your boundary is. So you're in the game. but then you can be like, oh, the boundary's there. So I know that if I go any far beyond that, I'm going to headbutt the wall or something. But some games, when you get closer to it, they actually fade in your environment. So it fades in like an image of your wall kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is kind of clever, but obviously you don't want to be taken out of your
VR
experience and stuff, because you've got your headphones on, so you can't hear anything either.
Right.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to
Are the headphones
diving
in?
Yeah, they're built in. And then so for Alien Isolation, we'll be playing with an Xbox controller. But for a lot of the other experiences, we're going to be like literally picking stuff up with our hands because we've got the controllers.
This is going to freak me out.
It's going to be good. Man, I've been looking up so many experiences. Rather excited about this, by the way.
Yeah.
There's the new one that
didn't do any work today.
Just been looking up experiences.
What can I do on my Oculus?
There's a new one where you can go around the International Space Station. It just came out.
Oh, that's cool.
And a lot of it's all modeled off the real space station. And the images of Earth and of the stuff up there are from NASA themselves. Right. And this looks awesome, but it requires the touch controllers because you have to, like, things are floating around. You have to,
it's zero-G.
fiddle with things and shit like that. And yeah, some guy was saying, like, how do I play this? Do I play it standing up or sitting down? And some people are like, I don't know, I do a bit of both. And
you get in the bathtub, just float
nuts.
there.
So yeah, you can almost
get your little controllers.
You almost want to do that, don't you? But so that's going to be awesome. There's rock climbing where you go like super high up. Like, I'm not a fan of heights, so I'm wondering, you have to hold on with your controllers because you're holding onto the ledge. If you let go of your controllers, you let go in the game and you fall. And then you
get strangled by the wire hanging from the roof.
By your Oculus wire. I'm just trying to think some of the other ones. There's so many like.
Has anybody managed to create a multiplayer one?
Yep, there's loads of multiplayer ones. So basically, we've
only got one, but
you're in it, but then you're playing other people online in the same experience.
Right.
So
but I mean, like in the room, like say.
There are a few actually.
Yeah, like you were playing, I don't know, Battlefield, and like you were the driver and I was the gunner kind of thing.
Technically, yes, there are a couple. There's actually, I really, really like this idea. There's one where I think you're like a big monster, but then you've got, so you're watching me in VR and I'm the monster, but you can still help.
That's easy to do.
And you're on you're on a PC or an iPad and you're firing stuff at me.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm knocking it away. So you're able to interact with me, but I'm seeing the VR, whereas you're launching the missiles.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool because after a while, you're watching, you're like, well, he's having all the fun.
Yeah. I want to shoot him.
So, but I think it's actually half the fun is watching someone else freak out.
Yeah.
To be honest. There's Fruit Ninja, classic.
And besides, you can see it on a screen anyway. What you're watching.
You can see it on a screen. And now just recently,
so it's no different than watching a regular person play a game.
A lot of the time, I think the last year. On some of them, you weren't able to hear it on the Oculus, so you would just see what they're saying, but they always had the audio. But now you can do the audio, so
I'm excited for the future of this now because it just got me thinking that where I could control the one part, and then you're on your headset and you got like the game. If like the next Alien game, incorporated that, you could be playing it in your headset, and then on the iPad or on the PlayStation, I've got the little sensor.
Oh,
you know the boop,
yeah.
And I can be shouting at you like in the room, being like, "Watch out!" And you can't see it in your headset.
Oh, that would be great.
You're just like, "Where is it?
That would be really good." Yeah.
So you're getting the game experience.
Yeah. That's actually pretty good. We could almost do that because the way we could do that is you can probably hack it, or I can like block it out in a game.
Don't hack games, kids, but then, we're definitely gonna hack this.
Then you can see it on another screen. But we should try and work that out because that could be quite a cool dynamic.
Yeah, because I know they always had that little.
What it reminds me of? It reminds me of GoldenEye.
That's what I was going to say. A little green radar in the bottom corner.
But then everyone used to turn them off because you don't want to know where everyone is. It's like, turn radars off, So that's pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, I think the next generation of games when you can start incorporating the tech with we've talked about this before, how I just want to see more games where people are all working together.
Yeah.
That kind of thing of like Battlefield does it, but it's all like you're all running and shooting.
Yeah.
But like the complexity is going to get up to the point where you could have like a tank crew, an actual like 3 or 4 man crew.
Yeah, they operate that. And if one of those guys dies, the tank isn't quite the same. It can still run, but it won't have a gunner, or it won't, like if it breaks down, it has no one to repair it. But kind of thing like that.
Yeah, because I know like you can get in like a jet and you can get in all that.
But that's like generic stuff. Like,
you're just playing by yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas if you start developing, like they will start developing a game where if you buy a particular DLC, you're a tank man.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get to work with your 3 friends and you're working the tank, and then when you go online, they're like, oh shit.
That sounds like the bloody game that you and Graham were coming up with.
It is, yeah.
Did you give it a name?
We're giving everything.
No, I know.
I think we called it Spanner.
It was Spanner. Yeah, it was just some context on that. We were drinking one, I think Christmas.
That's a lie.
And, it was, yeah, I believe it was
Christmas.
Christmas.
Quick drink here.
But yeah, there was many drinks, and then it either turns into it always turns into a rant, and we usually either rant about space and the universe and how how the hell I don't know. Like I just remember one argument about the space and the universe, but another one went into a game, and it was like, what kind of game would you like? And then you guys went off on one, and you started actually properly building a game, writing down
trying
notes
to figure
and
it
stuff,
out.
and then you were like, this is the kind of game I want, and you were like, yeah, this would be awesome. And what about this? And like, yeah. And then suddenly we were like, we need to fucking patent this and get
up to Ubisoft.
All we can tell you is it's called Spanner, and it's coming soon to PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
Name is probably to be decided.
I think it's just good to keep it Spanner.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
then
memorable.
People will know what to look for.
Some of the other experiences for that VR, just to kind of hit on some of them, and so like this one just feels so right. Fruit Ninja. So
the slicey
basically,
one?
you had 2 samurai swords, but because of the joysticks, you'll probably just be looking at your swords half the time. Like, oh, these are cool. Slicing all those guys. There's loads of driving games, so you can do like rally driving. We don't have a steering wheel, but I can imagine that being even more awesome.
I'm still waiting to see that Ace Combat.
Oh, that would be sweet. Yeah. I don't think there's any. Yeah, there's no flying ones I know of on the
like,
Steam right now.
What's the biggest full game out?
There's games like Half-Life 2. You can replay them all in VR.
Right.
There's those. Full games. There's a lot of just like mini experiences, but like that's almost enough for me. Like, just to name off a few, like there's this one called Robinson, and it's basically like Jurassic Park. So you crash land on this like planet, and then there's dinosaurs, but it's like super realistic.
Oh, like
really
Robinson
nice graphics.
Crusoe.
Yeah. So there's that. There's Everest. You can climb Everest.
Yeah, I can do that.
So someone's gone up there, and I think it's not video, it's 3D graphics. Yeah. So you're actually
between
going
that
up
and the
Everest.
space station. I'm like checking off my bucket list.
I know,
I'm doing
it's
everything.
Crazy. What else we got here? We've got the space station one I mentioned. You got thrills and chills. So you've got like this crazy roller coasters, like really tall roller coasters.
Oh yeah.
Ones that go through cities, like New York City.
Yeah.
And they go.
Do you like roller coasters?
I don't mind them, but I have to admit, like when
it's going up,
when it's going up, even in VR, I'm just like, hold on, kind of thing. Like, it's not good. It's a height. Like in VR, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get sweaty palms. I'm gonna be like, oh, shit. But really, you're just sitting in your bloody basement, almost strangling yourself. This is quite cool. It's called Waltz the Wizard, but it's spells, so it's a bit like Harry Potter in a way, but you've got the 2 hand controllers.
Right.
And if you make a circle, you make a spell. But if you make a circle with a diamond in it, you make another spell. And then what happens is
like
you've got someone. Yeah, actually, very much like that. And you've got someone fighting against you. I think it's more computer. I don't think it's another person. But he might fire a fireball. You need to make zigzag this and this to block it. Then you need to do your other spell to fire back at him.
Right.
But it's all with motion, and so you have to remember, like, shit, what was the fireball again? So that's completely different. Then you've got something called Tilt Brush by Google, and that is basically drawing in 3D. So it's basically, imagine MS Paint but in 3D. So you can paint a tree. So it's like you're painting in 3D, like you're painting like the side, some bark, and then you're painting the branch. But it's as you're painting it, the stroke that you make is 3D and appearing in air. And then you can walk around the bloody tree.
I've seen a guy draw a mermaid.
Yeah. And then you can walk around the bloody tree, because you can walk around the room and stuff like that. Like, it's just getting stupid.
It's like, when you had a sparkler as a kid and you do that.
It's exactly that, and it stays there. And then you can save them.
The sparkler translator, is that something people get over here?
Yeah, I think so. Sparkler. What else is it called?
I don't know. Fizzy stick.
Shiny fizzy stick. Don't put it in your mouth.
Fire rod. Don't put it in your mouth.
Don't put it in your mouth. There's lots of... I'm really excited to try this one called The Lab, which is... do you know Portal 2?
Yeah,
There's a mini experience of Portal 2, but basically like a mini Portal 2 in VR, which can just be a head fuck. Shooting and then looking at the ceiling, but you're going to come down there, or if I jump through there... Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
So there's like a... And that's supposed to be quite funny.
That's definitely going to make some people sick.
Man. Yeah, we've got lots to try. So basically what we'll do is we'll try out, and the ones that we're like, this is just incredible, we'll... like record them and all that lot.
Do a review on them
and then like like if the John Wick one's good, seeing as the movie is quite new and current, we can do something on that. If the Martian one is good, we'll show it off. If they're not good, we won't bother, and we'll look through. But for sure, 100% Alien.
So if you see a video on our YouTube about Oculus game,
Yeah.
you know it's good, or it's real shit, and we didn't tell you, and
And someone's freaked out.
There's no
basically.
plan to
Someone's
what we're doing.
freaked out. But it could be your first sneak peek at our faces, unless you've actually stalked us on social media.
That's true. Like I have. I've
yeah.
posted your pictures all downtown like on The Lost Child. Have you seen this man? He took my Oculus Rift.
He took it. He took it.
I can't wait till the game makers catch up with the tech. Because it seems like once you get one of these headsets,
yeah,
all your game experiences go through the roof.
Oh man, I mean, my only worry were
you could be Mario, you could go down the pipe,
yeah, do. Yeah, you know what was I going to say? My only worry with it, and like we haven't purchased it, so we've kind of gained this Oculus Rift.
We stole it from the guy that we killed.
We've stolen it. Is that it's rather antisocial? It's rather antisocial. So it is. And I'm like a little bit worried. Like, I don't want to spend my Saturday just hooked up. And then suddenly it's like, oh, it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get some dinner, watch a movie, and go to bed. You know, like, you want to see the outside, especially this thing set up in the basement. So it's like, I haven't even seen... I'm a little worried of that. Like, obviously, this weekend I'll try it out, and I don't mind that happening. But, like, just on a normal weekend, it's like, what did you do? It's like, I was plugged in. Yeah. You know? So, but I'm not worried about really for myself so much because we've experienced... real life, but for kids growing up with this stuff, like it's only going to get better and better.
Yeah, if you're a 6-year-old and you stick this in your head,
you've got to be careful of that. You know, you've got to get one of those Nintendo things. You know, like clock it off, like the app. You know, you got an hour in here and then it switches off.
Yeah,
you know, like that's a smart thing with the Switch from Nintendo.
Yeah,
Oculus coming to Rant and Bollox. We're going to be doing some cool stuff.
Yep.
Probably kicking off with Alien and then go from there. But there could be some other experiences
we'll
as
see
well.
what good ones pop up on the list.
Exactly, yeah. And if you guys have any that you want us to try, and
so
you
basically, if Al's
that
not here
good,
next week, we know he found a really good one.
I've strangled myself.
And strangled himself.
I just love that it's going to be dangling from the roof, and we'll see how my wife feels about that. But yeah, so that's kind of like a bit of tech there. And then